sentimental and sad. They were soulmates who shared the infinite beauty of existence with one another. The adults let them have the desserts at the dining table. Si-Chi passed Yi-Ting the flag-shaped, hard maltose candy for her ice cream, but Yi-Ting refused and mouthed, "Don't give me something you don't want." Si-Chi was offended, her lips trembling as she mouthed back, "You know how much I like maltose?" Yi-Ting replied, "I really don't want it." The maltose began to melt on Si-Chi's fingers, so she sucked on them. Yi-Ting began to laugh, mouthing, "You look terrible." Si-Chi was about to snap back that actually she was the one who looked terrible, but Si-Chi decided to swallow those words along with the sugar, so it didn't sound like she was cursing Yi-Ting. Yi-Ting noticed this and burst out laughing. A desert was suddenly smeared on the tablecloth, where a group of strange dwarves sang and danced silently in circles. Grandpa Qian said to them, "My little sweethearts, what's on your mind?" Yi-Ting hated when people called them little sweethearts. She hated this calculated, pitying kindness. Mama Wu said, "Kids these days hit puberty the minute they're born." Auntie Chen said, "Oh, we're about to hit menopause." Teacher Li added, "They're not like us. We can't even grow a single pimple." Everyone began to spout laughter. Their ha 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 tossed all over the table. The topic of faded youth was like a can-can dance the girls never got invited to. The most faithful circle was still the most exclusive. Eventually, Liu Yi-Ting understood that it was they who still had their youth to lose, not the adults. From the next day on, they became even closer, just like a clump of hard maltose candy, and would remain so forever. One spring, several local households contacted the neighborhood committee to fund and offer bowls of hot, sticky tangyuan to the homeless at the Lantern Festival. Their building stood out in the school district. When they rode past the area on scooters, lines and lines of Greek pillars would rush by quickly in their field of vision. Liu Yi-Ting's classmates often stood by and mocked her for living in the Grand Palace of Kaohsiung. She was as bitter as a dog whimpering in the rain. "What do you even know?" she thought. "That's my home." Even though she was allowed to wear her own clothes to school once a week, ever since she heard what her classmates had said, Yi-Ting put on her uniform and same pair of sneakers instead, regardless of whether she had PE class that day. She resented having to change her shoes because she'd grown. Several mamas gathered together, talking about the Tangyuan gathering. Grandma Wu noted, "The Lantern Festival is on a weekend. Let the kids do it." The mamas agreed that children should start learning about charity from a young age. Yi-Ting got chills when she heard this. It was like a hand had reached into her stomach and struck a match, engraving a few lines of poetry. She didn't know what the word charity meant. She read in the dictionary that charity is kindness and benevolence without judging others. The Emperor Jianwen of Liang's inscription on Wu Chun's tombstone said, "Morals arise from kindness and stem from spiritual intuition." No matter how Yi-Ting looked at it, these definitions seemed quite different from what the mamas were saying. Liu Yi-Ting learned at an early age that the best feelings one can have come with the knowledge that you would be rewarded if you tried hard enough. This idea cheered her up no matter how much she worked. She tutored her classmates in their homework, let them copy her notes, did their calligraphy assignments, and made arts and crafts for them. There was no need for her classmates to run any extra errands. In her efforts, she always acted very agreeably, without a sense of mercy or superiority. Her workbook got passed around, copied by various hands. Some people's handwriting was like smooth bubbles being blown out. Some were like lumps or curvy raw noodles.